Hello there everybody. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm gonna let you know what's going on. If you've already been around, you already know what's up. We are on the Forever World, and we are in one of the areas on my Forever World called CYAN Industries, and it is time to get back to the grind. I know, it's weird. 2 straight Forever World episodes. I've had them so spread out as of lately, but I've just been very motivated to be on here. Don't worry, I'll be back on the SMP soonish, probably. Most likely it'll be the next video, maybe, we'll see. But I have this motto that if you're motivated to do something, you should do it then. Okay, there's sometimes where you're not motivated to do anything, so you just gotta force yourself to do it. If you're really motivated to do it, then you should go do it instead of doing this other thing and forcing yourself to do it. Because when you're motivated, you're more likely to have fun, and it's more likely to turn out to be a better product. And yeah, that's always been kind of my motto, and that's kind of how I like to run things on this channel. Today, we have the usual plans. We're going to do an interior on a build. We're gonna make a farm, and then we're gonna make an exterior on a build. It'll be lots and lots of fun, and it would be amazing if you could hit that subscribe button. I'm heading for 300 subs. It'd be awesome if you could help me out. But anyways, don't sub yet. Check out the video. Let's watch or see what I do. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. Who knows? It could be totally garbage. But let's start with today's interior, which per the usual I've done off camera. I really like doing the interiors off camera, by the way. It gives me a good little, it's like the warm up, you know, even though I don't like doing interiors. But we have the entrance to the honey farm right here. This is beautiful, darker aesthetic building, and we head in. We have this really good contrast that I really like, which is spruce in this darker kind of blocks. I really like it. But right here we have the honey command center in the meeting room. I had a bit of a hard time with this room, I'm not gonna lie, and there's a couple of reasons why. Number one, right above these blocks is the water stream for the honey farm. Over here is the hoppers for the honey farm. Originally, the ground was not going down, so I had to make it go down, which was really annoying. It just did not have a lot of space, but this is the meeting room that the CYAN Industries executives will use. Over here, we have the honey command center. It looks a little bleak, and guys, it's because these buildings aren't really made to have an interior. They're made to have a really cool farm that works and gives us good stuff. But I don't really make the farms with an interior in mind, so I don't have a ton of space, which I'll show you why in a second. But yeah, we have this hallway, which is pretty bland, not gonna lie, but what's interesting is we do have these tubes that you get to watch. Maybe we'll catch some honey bottles going up it and heading to our storage system outside. And right here, we have the empty bottle tube that's sending the bottles back to the farm. And right here is what I'm wanting to show you. I don't have a lot of room, as you can see. This is taking up most of the room. There's a little bit of space up here, but it's just not worth it. Right there's the roof. There is a little bit of space over here, but it's so awkward. It is so awkward. So that's kind of what we have to work with, and that is the interior. I'm pretty happy with it. It doesn't have to be extravagant. I'm pretty cool with it. And I'm doing pretty good at my goal, which is for every farm that is possible to have an interior. There will be some farms that are not possible, unfortunately, but I will try my hardest. The next thing on the agenda is something that I'm not super proud of. You see, we have these farms, well, not farms, but places where farm items go to that just did not work out very well. This was like episode 14, maybe 15, I don't know, a really long time ago. This was supposed to be an XP storage thing, but it just doesn't work for a couple of reasons. Number one, minecart hoppers, they don't work very good on bedrock because that hopper goes right here, and that one crosses at the same time, and guess what? This bottom one picks up stuff from this one up there, which means we have the wrong stuff going in. And basically what this farm is meant to do, We have cactus coming onto the top, onto the furnace. It gets smelted, then refueled by bamboo. But another problem is that the bamboo doesn't come out. It doesn't get put in fast enough. We don't get enough bamboo. So I was constantly turning it off, waiting for the bamboo to fill up, and then eventually the cactus would all run out. So it just wasn't very good. And now I really don't need it because, as you may already know, if you've watched my previous videos, I made a super smelter that uses dried kelp blocks, and those dried kelp blocks need dried kelp, and you get dried kelp by smelting kelp. I said kelp like 5 times in the past 20 seconds, but basically that already is a pretty good fuel source. A good fuel source, yes, and a good XP source, which means all this is useless. And another problem with it is I just wasn't very experienced with redstone, especially redstone with minecart hoppers and minecart chest hopper, minecarts with chests. I just wasn't that experienced. So it's time to say goodbye. Time to deconstruct it. It always feels weird. Second straight episode of deconstructing a farm. But yeah, goodbye. This thing, we're gonna do something a bit different. And here it is. The new and improved, not redecorated, farms slash place where farms product goes into to create new stuff. So we have a composter like this that is just taking in tons and tons of cactus. I mean, it is ridiculous. I have leftover right here in my inventory, and it's still going through the pipes. I mean, that'll be constantly giving us bone meal, which is awesome. And we also have blocks of bamboo, which is awesome, and that is still pretty full. I think there's a way to check how full it is. Somewhere... Oh, okay, we're getting somewhat far. Oh, yeah, right here. It's still going through. There's a lot more bamboo in there, and that hopper line goes all the way back up to the chest up above. But yeah, that is way, way better than what was there before, because before, I didn't even use it, so it was kind of pointless. It is thundering outside. That's a little scary. I thought it was going to be lightning. I enjoy rain, which that rain is going to make this next project even more enjoyable, because I'm just going to listen to the rain while I do it. We are now going to make a farm. That didn't count down there. That wasn't a farm. That was just changing what the products were doing. We are going to make a legitimate farm. I've been waiting to do this for a while. We are going to make a watermelon and a pumpkin farm. That is right. It'll be in both these squares. This one will be watermelon. That'll be pumpkin. And it'll fill this space right here, which is really cool because this space right here has been empty for like forever. And it's finally, you would think this is kind of where we started with CYAN Industries, right here. We built that right there. We built the middle thing. We built the iron farm. And this space right here has just stayed empty for a really long time. I'm ready for it to be filled. And it'll be the final farm on this side strip over here, which is super exciting. And it's actually a pretty fun farm to make. But let me show you the design that I'm going to go with. Welcome to my test world, full of snippers, old builds, build ideas, farm ideas, and just overall randomness. You might see things from the Forever World here and there, or just farm designs that you might recognize. Just random things here and there. But this farm design right here is actually pretty old. I wanted to show you the design that I used on an old world back from when I very first started streaming on Twitch. And I had this idea to do a world where I only stream it, and I made a watermelon and pumpkin farm design, and it was very similar to this one right here. And we're going to be doing it a little bit differently though. Pretty much, it's going to be kind of like our sugarcane farm. There will be a clock right here. This will probably be way better because this was before I knew how to make better looking clocks that were a bit smaller. But we'll be using a clock. It'll probably be like to here to there, a way smaller. And it will trigger both sides of the farm. Like every, I don't know, like 5 minutes, I think is what we'll probably go for. And it'll trigger it, and pretty much what will happen is the pistons will push the crops to this layer right here. And what we're going to do differently from this farm is we are not going to do the rail setup like this. We may do like 4 tracks, maybe at most. I think I did like 5, did I? No, I think I did 4. Okay, yeah, we might even shorten it to maybe like 2, you know, 1 for each. But pretty much, the pistons will push the pumpkins to this side right here, and because hopper minecarts can pick up stuff through that kind of farmland right there, it will, you know, it'll work perfectly. It'll be perfect. It'll pick it all up, and it'll be great. It will probably auto-craft the watermelons so we can store more, because as you can see in the storage, there's a lot of watermelons taking up a lot of space, where they could probably just take up a little bit of space up here. So yeah, pretty simple farm. It's time to get started on this farm. I'm very excited. Time for a very, very chillax time lapse while I listen to the thunder and rain, because there's nothing better than playing Minecraft while it's thundering outside. It's just so relaxing. Good morning, everyone. Forgive me for the rain that you might hear in the background. I've noticed it's popping through the mic just a little bit. It's a beautiful Saturday morning, and I have finished the farm that you guys saw on the montage thingy. It's not that huge, it's not very glamorous looking, but it's pretty much all I need, because melons and pumpkins aren't exactly something that's a huge... Whoops, I fell down. They're not exactly a huge priority, really. I might use them, let's say for some reason I need to make a floor out of pumpkins. I can do that because I have easy access to it. Or make a building and make the walls out of like watermelon for some reason. I have access to that. And probably the most realistic use is for trading. We might use this stuff for trading later on. In our village project, we'll use this stuff to trade with the farmers for emeralds. But it's going pretty well so far. We got a lot of pumpkins. I've done a little bit of AFKing. And most importantly, I think I like how it's going to fit in with the skyline. As you can see, I made the melon one slightly shorter on purpose. Because I wanted... Oh, there's a melon that got away. We might need to put up higher walls right there. Dang it. But I made it shorter on purpose so we don't cover up the CYAN Industries sign. See, there's a reason I decided to put those farms there and not somewhere else. And there's a reason that that building right there is going to be short and not taller. Because I don't want to cover up the sign, because that would be a whole waste and kind of ruin the effect of it. So that's why that's shorter, and this one's kind of going up a little bit. I really like it. I think these buildings look really cool in the future, whenever we finally do an exterior to them. And it's gonna be pretty sweet. I really, really like it. It's gonna add, and it's really starting to make this side bit feel complete. This whole side stretch of CYAN Industries is starting to feel really complete. And it's going to feel even more complete when we make the 2 buildings right here, because that is what we're going to do. Oh, baby. We're going to make this one right here. And I'm thinking it's going to be a bit of a whitish kind of building, maybe some concrete. I'm thinking some quartz and some bone blocks. I don't know how that's going to turn out, but I have an idea in my head, and we might go for it. This one right here, I'm not quite sure yet what that's going to look like, but I'll figure it out. Let's get to building, baby. And the buildings are halfway complete. We now have the base exterior of them, the color palette, and I really, really like it. Kind of. This one is okay. I wanted to try something different with having these blast furnaces at the bottom. I've actually kind of found that now that I'm making these smaller buildings instead of these ginormous ones, it's almost kind of difficult because I got less to work with. You know, these ones are going to be very reliant on detail, which is why they don't look very good right now, because I haven't done the detail yet. I will say I do really, really like this one over here. It took a lot of quartz. I went mining for quartz, actually. That explains my XP bar being way higher. But yeah, I'm liking this quite a bit. It has a bit of an arch. This is probably one of the more unique kind of roofs. And it really, really collabs well with the building right next to it. I really, really like it. And this is all looking very, very... I did not complete this roof over here, but this is all looking very, very cool. You know, being slammed together. Oh man, this jam-packed road over here. And yeah, but I mean, they don't look that great though at the moment, because obviously I need to put in the awesome details, the stuff that's going to be making it look fantastic. The cherry on top, the sprinkles, the chocolate syrup, you know, this is just the ice cream. We need the goodies. But I feel like while I'm working on those, we should go do the Tower of the Awesome People. And then magically, while we're doing it, like I'm in 2 places at once, I'll be working on the details. So yeah, or maybe it'll just take me like 5 hours. I don't know yet. Good luck on those builds, Blue. I'm also Blue, and let's do the Tower of the Awesome People. Episode 44. Goodbye, Chicken Farm. Thank you so much for the comments. The Brace Squad and CLC Gaming. Thank you guys so much for the comments. And if you want in on the next, well, on this episode, make sure you comment on this one and you will get put on a sign and I will shout you out in the next episode on 46 over here. So yeah, make sure you leave a comment if you want to be on my world permanently. Now, let's go check out those builds that the other Blue has been working on. How many Blues are there? With editing magic, there can be as many as I want. Haha! There's another Blue somewhere all the way out there that is also working. He's loading in the chunks and stuff. He's the ones that placed all the grass. Yeah. I'm kidding, obviously. There's one Blue, but here is the builds. There's 2 builds here. Oh baby, look at this. It is looking so cool. I guess we'll start with this one. All right. I mean, what can I say? It's okay. So my idea here is the kelp farm is bringing all the kelp over to here. Kelp is green. So what makes sense to be coming out of this thing? Green. There's green drips dropping out. I guess they put their drop shoot things on the wrong side, so now it's getting on the road. They should have put it on the other side, so it'd be going out on the, you know, the environment, because we want to keep in here clean, but screw the environment. But, you know, whatever. It's dripping onto the road. Hopefully the workers are careful and don't get, you know, poison or anything. But yeah, here's the build. Super simple. I really like it. The slanted roof looks awesome. I like it quite a bit. This one right here, the furnace area, is actually pretty hard. You see, since it's such a small building, I'm so used to making these bigger ones, you know, ones that go all the way up. Even this one right here was a little tough, but it was almost like the perfect size. This one was a bit different. I haven't really made a building like this. where it's just long and short. But it kind of worked out. I really like it. I feel like these actually meshed in pretty well, especially when I did this bit right here. And then, as you can see here, that is black glazed terracotta. By the way, I had no idea that black glazed terracotta has red in it. I'm not sure why, but it does. And we have these three little pipe things at the top that I really like, and I was kind of, I'm not gonna lie, I was experimenting quite a bit up here with what I want to put here. I put this antenna looking thing. I think it's an antenna, I'm not quite sure. And then I just kind of experimented with like blocks and stuff. So like these things right here, I'm kind of going with the fact, oh, it's raining. Oh, ew. But the fact that it's this giant super smelter in there, I'm kind of trying to lean on that. Like I feel like there should be like fire and stuff, and those are kind of like, I don't know, temperature pull. I don't know. I was experimenting quite a bit. I wanted to try and make it seem like fire was coming straight out, but fire's hard to make if you're trying to make it tall. If you know what I mean. Like normal fire, if I were to do it the easy way, it would just be, you know, 1 block tall. I'd have to use netherrack to keep it, but that's not very good looking. On the side, I haven't done anything yet, because this build right here, the building around it for the watermelon farm, it will probably cover it. And I also did not have to do the backside either, because the fence is covering it. But yeah, this is looking awesome, guys. Let me show you my favorite views. All right, here is one of them, actually. Anything like kind of far, I really like the views. It's all about the angles after you do a cool build. But like, just looking at this street from head on, it's just so cool. I think it's awesome. It's starting to feel more and more like an industrial city. It really, really is. Like, we are getting so close to finishing it. But I have realized that we probably will not finish it before 2026, unfortunately. And that's because something special I do. Some of you may already know, if you are a longtime viewer all the way from last year, October is coming up, and that means something special that I do for my Forever World Let's Play, whatever you want to call it. Something special that I like to do is I like to do seasonal months of stuff. So next week, I think, is October, which means that it's time to go to the Halloween land that quite a few of you probably have not seen yet, because I think I had less than 100 subs last year when we did the Halloween land stuff. And then in November, we'll probably get back here, because I don't do anything seasonal wise for November. I don't know what a Thanksgiving land would look like. But then in December, it's Christmas time. And that's usually like last 2 weeks of December, I kind of take a break. It's kind of how I did it last year. But yeah, that we'll have a Christmas land all the way out there that we've already started. We'll work on that. But that kind of means that we probably will not be finishing CYAN Industries, and there probably won't be a whole lot more episodes over here until 2026, which I could be sad about because I've made myself do the seasonal stuff, but I'm also kind of excited because, guys, I have some crazy plans for the Halloween stuff. I have something crazy going on in my head, and it really is good to do some stuff in the area to get a nice little break from everything over here and just head over to a totally different area where I can't see any of this and just have fun building. I highly suggest doing it in your own worlds. It is so nice to get a break from an area that you've probably spent. I've probably played about 2,300 days over here in this main area, from the village to over here to the non-canon land, Vivid Valley over there. But guys, that's gonna do it for today. That's enough rambling. I need to do some editing. I hope you guys have enjoyed the heck out of this video, and make sure to subscribe. We're aiming for 300, baby. Aiming for 300. And next week, get ready for my reaction to Minecraft Live, because it's coming out on Saturday. I'm excited. We'll see what happens. I'm a little nervous about it. A lot of talks about aquatic update, which I don't know where that came from. I haven't been paying too much attention. I know copper update stuff's gonna be announced, and I think that's coming out pretty soon. My hopes is that we get an inventory update, please. But that's gonna do it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your week. See ya!